Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Leo, my sweet, sweet pussycats. Here we are. I'm thinking back to your reading last week. I was like, whoa. One of my favorite comments in that reading. Now I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember what exactly was. This reading is confirming that I need to stop doing drugs. And I don't know, because when you do the messages, it's supposed to be for who needs to hear it most. So could have been. It was a very interesting message. Needless to say, a new reading this week. Now, I have been doing past, present energy, present, past energy, future energy. I've been doing kind of like that. And then over the weekend, I've just felt like a lot of tension building up in the collective. Now, I did actually, if you want to go and check it out, if you're feeling a little bit of tension, just before this video coming out, I released another video, and there's no monetization or anything on it, so you can just go to it right away and get right into it. And it's just like a mindfulness and a healing video is what I would call it, really. So I did that, and it felt really good to me too, because I'm imagining if my microenvironment is feeling a little bit anxious, that there's probably other microenvironments around the world that might be feeling a little bit anxious. So it felt, the best way for me to describe it is it felt very incorrect for me to sit down and read as I've been reading up until like today. So I hope nobody's too disappointed, but I kind of have to go with what feels right. Otherwise, I'm really pushing against what I feel like I'm meant to be doing when I come to the channel. So I've pulled out an old card. So this is my Working Towards Success card here. It's a spread that I created quite a while ago. So I'm going to do that, and we're just going to see if I sit with that throughout the week or if I go into other ones that I've created, because they're very specific in terms of helping you observe some of the obstacles that you might be facing. How is the obstacle showing up in your life? Hidden factors that you're unaware of. And then what you can do to help you grow right now. Like, what can you do to help you grow? So I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. And it's funny, I sat down with the cards, and then I put the camera on, and I sat here for a bit, which I will edit that out. And I just thought to myself, I don't know that I've picked the right cards for this reading, because I have kind of the same cards that I was using, but part of me feels like no. I think I'm still going to use the so bear with me, like we're creating this together here right now. So the Wild Animal Unknown, I think I'm going to use that to kind of tap into your energy a bit, so I can get that. And then I want to get like some sort of energy outside of you. So I'm going to go to, I actually used it in the little mindfulness healing video that I did, was my Archangel Oracle deck. I'm going to pull one of those out too, so that you kind of get a message about your overall energy, what's going on for you from something outside of you, something beyond you. What tarot deck do I want to use though? That's really the question here. Oh, okay, the Light Seers is calling to me, so I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. So yeah, so we got Wild Unknown, Oracle, Archangel, Oracle, and Light Seers Tarot, and I'll probably use my teeny tiny Everyday Witch Tarot to further clarify anything for you. So that's what we're going to do, Leo. We're going to do that. And there is going to be an extended. The link to that will be at the top of the description if you're drawn to it. I'll go into what's involved with the extended at the end of the video. Do a couple more of these. It's general reading, so it may or may not resonate. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a pound of pudding. A pound of pudding, that sounds... Pound of pudding. All right, so we're not ready for this yet. The Fool card. I'm always drawn to the great big rose quartz that she holds in her hand for that. So that might be something. A message to you about rose quartz. I can't remember all the specific properties about it. I think it's very protective, very healing. Feels like it has a sense of heart chakra energy. All right. Overall energy for Leo for this reading. Overall energy for Leo. Now, when I say overall energy for you too, it doesn't necessarily mean that the energy that is most encompassing of you right now. It could be the energy that's actually like, you know, like you could feel energetically this way towards your work. You could feel energetically this way towards your partner. You could feel energetically this way towards your kid or your dog or whatever. But it's the energy that's going to be really the basis of this reading. Overall energy for Leo. Oh. Oh, this Swan card is really transformed for me. So you have the snake and you have the swan. What I'm getting with this card, the meaning that these both have for me is about holding hope on some sort of expansion for yourself. So your overall energy is holding hope on some sort of expansion for yourself. And with the double swan energy, it's waiting for the final sign that there is a completion of something very big that's been going on. And whatever this very big is that's been going on, it feels like it has something to do with holding back this from coming forward. Like something big and expansive that feels good. It feels like it has something to do with your fate and your destiny. That being kind of held back right now. It still glows. You still have sort of like the hope of it. And with this double swan energy, it is a sense of waiting for something big to end. So I'll tell you, like you're saying, why do you get that from the card, Cindy? I'll tell you. So the last time I dropped my son off to school, pre-pandemic, it was the last day we did that. And I was standing outside of the school. So, you know, like we had not been affected by the pandemic yet, like here in North America. And, you know, we were talking about it a little bit and we were planning a book club meeting. Actually, I think that happened at my house that night, which was the actual last time we had like everyone in the house together meeting like that. And we were talking and we were all about to walk away. Like the kids had already gone in and two big swans flew right over the school. And they were so low, like it was incredible. We just stood there. It was something that I've never witnessed. And it was so funny because it was such an unusual thing to happen. And it felt like it was almost like a symbol, a signal that we had walked into a different time. Like, and we all literally were about to, right? Like everything was about to change. So, and then lately, myself and a couple of other readers that I'm friends with, we pull cards once in a while and we ask questions about, you know, the obvious, but what's been going on in the world. And swans have been coming up. And I said, gosh, it reminded me of when they flew over. And I thought, on some way, I've been waiting for the two swans to show up again. So that's why I get, and it's really come to that because of swans showing up in other readers as well. And I was kind of linking it going, wow, it feels like something is coming to a completion that we've been waiting a long time to complete. That's how I get that with that swan. So see, reading tarot and oracle cards is not so straightforward. Yeah, Cobra is at the bottom. Definitely waiting and almost like revving your engines up. Being highly focused on something for yourself. But, and in the time too, the double swan energy also symbolizes like part of the secondary response about everything that happened after that point for myself and everyone else. It's a lot of deep self-reflection. I mean, that's kind of the obvious, right, with that card? All right, so now this is an overall a message to you from an archangel. Oh, the birds are getting along. Isn't that funny? The birds were not getting along a few days ago. And I thought it was so peculiar. Yeah, they're each taking the fair turn. They were fighting amongst each other. And my finches don't usually do that. I kind of feel like sometimes the animals could be reflective of energies that are about to build up around us. Okay. A message to you from an archangel. Prioritize Archangel Metatron. That is funny because Archangel Metatron with a different message came out in the mindfulness and healing video I did. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So maybe, you know, maybe something has, I don't know. I feel like you still feel motivated with this. You still feel motivated about something, but it's almost like watching or waiting for the final shoe to drop to allow something to really grow and expand through yourself. Okay, what is your biggest priority right now? What is your biggest priority? That's what you should be focusing on. I mean, literally, if you're like, I need to have lunch before I go off and do this because I can't do the rest of my day on an empty stomach. That's your priority. If you have bills to pay, but they're not due for another 10 days, but you have got to get a project done for work. You've got to get a PowerPoint presentation done. PowerPoint presentation is your biggest priority right now. Write on the calendar about the bills so you don't forget about it. Like it's that kind of energy. So that's interesting. So some of you could be outside of whatever this is that's deeper inside of you because it's not really something that's happening. It's kind of been put on hold. So, okay, that's fine. But you need to deal with the shit that is not on hold right now. Clairsentience, Archangel Raguel is at the bottom. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. Oh, what did I do? I changed my format today, right? Because, and whether people are disappointed or not, I don't think anyone would be really, to be honest, because I think this reading will have a lot of value for everyone. But that's kind of what that's saying. You know what? If you've been doing the same thing every day and everyone predicts that you're going to do that again, it just doesn't feel right today. It's just not right. Go with it. You know, how you feel about things is your deeper soul communicating to you. It's really sad. I always feel like I'm the best at what I do when there's tension and stress and hardship around. I really do. And it's almost like wishing that I would become obsolete in that manner. Okay, so we're going to look at 4 things here. The obstacle that you are facing, how this is showing up in your life. It could be like kind of how it's affecting you. Hidden factors that you are unaware of and what can help you grow right now. This is also a reading that I have used for ancestral messages too. So, wow. Oh, I like this. You know what I really like about the bottom energy? This Ace of Cups feels so contained to me. It has the energy of this, the snake, like something really contained. Something that comes from your heart center, from your heart chakra. Something that is just, oh, it would feel so good to grow and expand this. But it feels contained, but the world is sitting here. So like completing that cycle. She's even very contained in this circle. Again, a snake eating its tail. Shit me, a snake eating its tail. You have that repeat here. Completely different decks. Completely different creators. And you have a snake eating its tail twice. And what did I tell you? This has something to do with some sort of fated or... so I'm just like, this is exciting though when you get these synchronicities and you can see that it really is trying to tell you something about contained. Again, contained energy, snake eating its tail. It's almost like the feeling of pie, right? Like it just never ends. There's no start and no beginning to this. But there is to this world. There is an end to something that's had you feeling contained in your expression, in your exploration. And again, the double swan is becoming an indicator for me that something is about to pass. Something is about to complete. All right. So obstacle you are facing is judgment. Wow. There might be something that you want to do and you feel judged to do this. There might be something that you want to do and you might be hesitant because of judgment of others. That message does not often come in for me with the judgment card. Usually it's about rising up again, like having a new beginning, calling up, you know, hearing the call, stepping up to the plate, doing what you want to do, doing what you feel you need to do, what you're supposed to do, coming out of some sort of a dark period. It's darker here, rising up into the light, allowing your soul to rise above. But there is a feeling here of facing an obstacle as if, yes, it's been hard to get this going, but there is some sort of fear of judgment. How is this showing up in your life? The Tower. Okay, if there's certain things that you yourself are not addressing, you keep putting on the back burner, the universe is going to deal with it. And when I say deal with it, not, you know, take it on for itself, because they like, this is your stuff, you need to deal with it. And that's kind of like, you know what I said at the beginning, like, okay, you've got a whole bunch of bills you need to pay. They're due in 10 days or 15 days, whatever that is, but you need to do a PowerPoint presentation for work. You need that in 2 days. So obviously that's the priority. But don't forget about this. Write it on the calendar. If you don't do that, you're going to get the notices that you forgot to pay those bills. That's kind of the energy of that, how that's going to show up in your life, how it actually says it is showing up in your life. So there are some dramatic changes that are going on around you. They might be good. They might be bad. The Tower really doesn't care. It's just saying this is some sort of big change that's going to occur so that things can move forward. I kind of like that though, because there's a backup of energy here. So it's almost as if some sort of tower from the past, something that you built in the past, that's sitting in front of you. And you can't move forward without that coming down. So it's coming down. The hidden factor that you're unaware of is absolutely and it's Leo energy, the Six of Wands. Success. Okay, what you're completely unaware of is you're going to have success. And what's really nice here is that if there's some sort of sense of being judged by others, it's not, I don't really feel like it's going to happen. If that's something that you're worried about, you see that as an obstacle, because the Six of Wands is not just, yeah, you're successful, you made it to the top. The Six of Wands is whatever endeavor that you're involved in or whatever you're doing for yourself, everyone around you is cheering you on. This is great. This is awesome. Like, yeah, it's kind of like getting approval on some level here. And then what can you do right now to help you grow? The Four of Wands. Find celebration where you have access to celebration. Find the things in your life that you can focus on that even perhaps give you a somewhat immediate, what's that word I'm looking for? Immediate gratification. And I don't mean, like, not toxic, obviously. I mean, don't go and eat the whole cake. Oh, maybe if you really need to, just today, you can do that. I don't know. I've never done that. Well, I've come close, but then you feel so crappy after, because this is feeling crappy after. So I don't really feel like this is going and eating the whole cake. This is kind of like, you know, keeping track of your wins. If you're going through some stuff right now that's difficult, you feel like you got a lot of things that are holding you back from where you really want to prioritize your energy, celebrate your wins. You know what? If you got through the end of the day and everybody still has their limbs, y'all had somewhat of a warm meal, hey, celebrate that win. All right, I'm going to have these way down here all the time. I don't know why I do that. It's so odd. Okay, the Judgment card. The obstacle that you are facing. Judgment. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's some conflict here. The Five of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. So it kind of feels like some people might feel like maybe you're not sharing your resources, and whatever resources are, that you may not be sharing them fairly, or you might be favoring others more than someone else. Obstacle that you are facing, yeah, there's definitely a sense of an obligation that you might be sitting in some sort of position where you can give equally to others, or you can make sure that everyone is kind of giving equally. So this has a little bit of that energy of leadership, which Leo often, whether you like it or not, and I feel like probably sometimes or not, you're still going to be in it because you tend to have that natural energy of you. So some people might just look for you for answers. So there is definitely like, it's an obstacle that people, I don't know, the whole thing might come off the tracks if you're not there to say, listen, okay, this, and two, I'm just getting the energy, and I'm sorry if it becomes too personal on my side of my life. I just have a lot of friends who are dealing with a lot of kids that are at home right now. So, you know, I kind of almost get the energy of like, somebody has markers. They have 20 markers, but they don't want to share them with their sibling. Well, you need to share them with your sibling. Like, that's a little bit of what this is. But coming in and having to be the one to say, listen, okay, if there's 20 markers and it was a pack of 10, you've got 2 packs there. So you've got 2 yellows, 2 reds, 2 oranges, and 2 greens. You can take an orange and you can take an orange. That's exactly what that is. It's trying to keep things from going into fights or arguments. How is this showing up in your life? The Tower. So here we go. This is sort of like major changes that are unexpected. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. See, I feel like the Moon, the 7 of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. It's definitely like completely unknown. This is like, you could not get much more unknown. Much more unknown. Much more filled with unanswered questions with the Moon and the 7 of Cups. And now, isn't that funny? The Three of Pentacles, really, I mean, it's a collaborative card, but it has a lot to do with school and work. So, well, maybe I'm reading for all my friends right now. It is school and work. But I mean, beyond that, if you don't have kids or you're not in a place where, you know, learning's gone to online, it just could be like, maybe there's things that you would normally have been able to build with other people. And for some reason, that's kind of broken apart. It's not really there anymore. It just doesn't feel like it did before. And so you're not really sure, well, where am I going to build with other people? Where am I going to collaborate? Where am I going to work? And that could be, it could be work. Like, where am I going to work? It could be that. There could be something that happened with your work. Maybe it's shut down. There's definitely like confusion here. And that's the Tower moment. Not knowing what you're going to do and what you're going to do with them. But, I mean, the hidden fact, you're unaware of this, that you're going to have success. You're going to get through whatever you're going through successfully. The Six of Wands. Oh, the Ace of Swords and the Six of Cups. So, if what's showing up in your life right now is that there's like people that you would typically work with or collaborate with, or even perhaps were hoping to, could have been something new that you wanted to do and it kind of fell through, it didn't work out. Look at this. You're going to have like a clear understanding of where to go. Like, this is a great energy. You've got 2 sixes too. I'm just really getting like a sense of balance and expansion at the same time with both of these. So it's going to feed your inner child. It's going to feel really, really good. It's it could be too people from your past. So if they're people that you've been pulled away from, you will be getting clarity with those people again. And just soulmate connections in general, really. All right. What can help you grow right now? The Four of Wands. I really feel like this is like counting your wins. Just focus on the wins that you have. Prioritize your losses. Because your losses might be things that you just need to correct. The Four of Wands. Oh, this is intense energy. Oh, you know, I don't typically read in reverse, but there's something about this card and everything else that's showing up with it and the message that you're getting. Okay, so you have the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, but that one was sitting in reverse, and then the Ace of Cups. Okay, I really like the reason with this Nine of Swords, because it makes, in reverse, makes so much sense to me here, is about really attacking. I don't know. I feel like on some level you might feel empowered to be able to move where you can move, to be able to do where you can do, and to do that. I mean, that's going to bring you fulfillment here. It is still really talking about keep track of your wins. Even if they're small wins, keep track of them. Like, focus on those for your day. At the end of the day, think about, make a list about things that didn't work out so well that you have to prioritize for the next day. But moving forward, at the end of that, write down in bigger words your wins for the day. And I feel like this creates a new energetic cycle for you to move into with the Ace of Cups. Don't get in your head. To stop yourself from getting into your head, right? Like, allow yourself to positive think. And I think that's kind of a good way to do that. Like, focus on your wins. But you know what? You can't neglect or forget about your responsibilities. I'm just getting that with this card. Was it this one? Oh no, it's this one. This one. The focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So you have support to do that. I've already talked about how that can work in your life, but now, so yeah, this one, notice your reoccurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. You want to be able to really tap into those feelings, but if you focus on your wins, where you're finding success, it gives you a sense, it projects really positive energy into your next day, which seems to be very important here. Oh yeah, look at, you got the Empress at the bottom. So the potential, right? You're sitting at that. I see you sitting at the potential for big growth and expansion. It's just you're waiting for the final shoe to drop on something. And I don't know. So maybe watch for swans. Literally watch for 2 swans, because that's what was so significant. 2 swans flying overhead. Never seen that before. We assumed, because I think it was, yeah, it would have been just before like the spring break here. So assumed that they were flying north for breeding season, right? Like flying further north up to I think a lot of them are in the tundra area here in Canada when they breed. So that's what I have for you, Leo. I'm going to go do the extended. So if you're drawn to that, what I'm going to do there is I'm going to go into the Journey of Love Oracle deck. I'm going to get words of encouragement for you. We're going to look at what is the universe trying to guide you towards, why, what is the lesson in this, and next steps for you to move forward. So that's what I got. Thank you so much, sweet pussycats. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.